Hello there everybody and welcome. My name is Allied Cam and today we are going to play another episode of Prison Architect. I know it's been a while since I've done a lot of recording, so I'm still sort of getting back into the swing of things. What I wanted to talk a little bit about was this game. I got so excited to run out and play it because I've been having an idea for this prison floating around in my head for a while that I just kind of got excited, and I realized that I probably wasn't going over too many of the features and functions and ways that you play the game that well. This time I'm going to try to do a little better there. So last time we established our prison, and then we got our first inmates in. We're currently sitting at about 30 prisoners at the moment, and we're looking to pick up a few more. In about 8 hours we'll pick up about 20 inmates. Next we made sure that this solitary confinement area was good to go, which we only have one prisoner at the moment. And then we also built our security room. This is where if you get confidential informants, you can bring them in here for debriefing. And my personal favorite thing is this is what you use to connect your cameras. So you have one guard that monitors these camera stations, but there can only be so many cameras that are monitored at one time. So you can see that they're sort of cycling through them right now. Red means that they're currently being monitored at all times, and blue means it's currently being cycled. So you can have a million cameras connected to one console, but it'll cycle through them in a very long amount of time. So eventually, as the prison expands, I'm going to need to add more CCTV monitors. Speaking of, one of the problems that I have with this is that I sometimes get the cameras confused about which way they're supposed to be looking. So I think I installed this one in backwards. You can see it's looking the other way there. Oops. Did I do that anywhere else? I think I did that here as well. So big eye is the one that I want to make sure is coming in and out like that. This time I'm going to just continue to sort of expand the prison, build a couple of the amenities that they're looking for, and then in the next couple of episodes I'm looking to actually build out the prison a little bit more into the next wings. I just want to get this prison up to capacity right now and make sure it's good to go. I also should probably get a camera in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. CCTV. There we go. I think that's the proper orientation. So we'll go ahead and drop it in there like that. Also, I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to have an issue with prisoners sort of running in and out of these rooms here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build an airlock. And I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to take and I'm going to seal off these walls here. And then I'm going to go and drop a large cell door in here. Here and here. And I'll make this sort of a staff-only area, and then I'll station a guard in there. So anytime that anybody needs to come in and out of the area, it's going to be staff-only, so they'll have to be escorted the whole time. And hopefully that'll make things a little bit easier, and I won't have these prisoners moving in and out all the time. I'll also station a guard in there solely for the purpose of ensuring that he is opening and closing doors as needed. Now for these CCTVs. So it needs to be the big eye. Like that. And that. Excellent. So far at the moment we don't have any more, we don't have that much in the way of prisoners as opposed to guards. So, I mean, everybody's, able to be pretty relaxed. But that will not last forever. What's in these boxes? Lights, okay. Let's check our utilities. I'm satisfied with this pipe placement. It's far enough away, and in some cases it's actually outside of the perimeter, that I don't think that detainees or inmates are going to tunnel out from this location. So we're pretty good there. Power is also satisfactory. And the next thing I need to worry about is probably expanding offices. Now you guys probably saw me click through this earlier. This is the bureaucracy tab. You use it to research new things that you can use in your prison. Everything from education, health, armory, obviously, so I can actually hire armed guards if I want to. If I want to use tasers, I can start researching that, and I will. Surveillance, obviously, and I'm going to start researching dogs, so that way I can actually start getting dog patrols. I intend to keep using this portion of the prison here as sort of my administration area. Connect. So anything that involves things like security, the kennel, and any additional offices that I need to put in, I will put here. Oop. Looks like that wall is built, so I'm going to go ahead and make this a staff-only area. And while I'm in here, I'm going to make this a MinSec-only area as well as the shower, the common room, and the canteen. So at the moment we should have absolutely no normal security prisoners, but that's going to make it so that way they don't mix up at all. And in the meantime, I'm going to make sure that a guard goes in here. And his sole duty is going to be opening and closing these doors to make sure that people are getting in and out. I'm curious as to why this hallway is so dark, but it's not a big deal. Now, I'm not really sure what to build next or what's needed, so let's go ahead and take a look at the grants. And I'm not sure if I explained it very well, but these grants are just sort of mission objectives that you get a sort of an advance payment here, like inmate health and well-being. We'll go ahead and take that one. So we get 10 grand up front, and then once we complete a medical ward, a doctor, and a psychologist, we go from once we complete those objectives, we get the money as well. This is actually going to be beneficial anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and build the infirmary right here. Do I even need to make it like an extra room, or could I just make this like a medical ward? That's going to annoy me that I made that wall like that. It's all, you know, got its own space down here. Maybe I can use that to my advantage though. So we need not a morgue, not yet, infirmary. So I'm actually just going to turn this space into an infirmary, and all it needs is a medical bed to make it good. I'm just going to drop 3 medical beds in there just in case. I don't think that we're going to need many more than that because it is MinSec, and this is sort of going to be sort of our small infirmary area. It's going to be next to solitary, which will be nice. But as I begin to expand the prison into the normal sec area down here and the higher security areas on the other side, we are going to need to be a little bit more careful about what our guards are doing, or about, you know, what sort of areas are going to be used for those prisoners, because more violence is probably going to happen at the higher levels. Next, I need to hire 2 doctors, so I will go ahead and grab 1, 2. And then I need to hire a psychologist. We unfortunately don't have any open offices at the moment, so that means I'm going to have to build one. And because this one is going to have to require access from the inmates, this is actually going to work out pretty nicely. I think, can I build the door here? I think I'm going to try to build it in right here, so I need to expand the foundation a little bit. I'll make it a 6x6 room. And then I'll see if I can't put a door here. That's going to be a little aggravating, but you know, it is what it is. I'm actually going to dismantle this jail door because I just like this layout quite a bit. So I'm going to demolish this wall, take that jail door down, and then I'm going to move it over a couple spaces. I'm curious, how long does it take to... Yeah, it takes them a second for this guard here to go. Hey, let me in. And meanwhile, we're still going on into the night. But it looks like my my guys are coming in here to see to this job right away. And that's where the psychiatrist's office will be. I'll get more into how the psychiatrists work and the programs and stuff like that as well as we get further and further along. Let's take a look at some other grants that we could queue up while we're looking at that. Visitation rights, visitation rooms, a common room, a pool table, at least 2 TVs. I've got most of that done, and at least 5 booths. So the only thing I'd have to do to finish up that one would be to build the visitation room with 3 visitor tables. I want to kind of keep that in the forward part of the prison, and I'll probably pair up and build the parole area there as well, just because I don't want families traipsing too deep into it, and I still want to keep these guys sort of in this area out here as much as possible, so that way they don't actually ever leave this airlock. While I'm thinking of that, I'm going to go ahead and drop this wall back in here. Nope, doesn't need to be like that. Objects, large jail door, and we'll drop that one in there. And then this will be the psychiatrist's office. I'll make it as such, and this will be too easy. I'm gonna have to redeploy this wall though. Deployment. So I'm just gonna peg it as staff only again, and then deploy a guard in here full time. I almost wonder, I'd like to place the visitation area sort of in here, and then have it parallel with the, so that way I'd like to have the prisoners come in, you know, through one door over here, and then have the visitors come in over here, but I just don't think that that's going to be, too possible. Like, I mean, I don't know how it's going to differentiate them. The guards are going to have to do the export or the transition over, which is annoying. But I'll give that one some more thought. I'm not going to rush to it right away. What I will do is make this an office and drop a psychiatrist down into it. Office, office, office. Thank God there's a search feature, otherwise I would never find anything. There we go. Office. Objects. There needs to be a chair. This will be for a psychiatrist. And then I'll include a few chairs here for the prisoners as they come in. Then I need the office desk. Which will go there like that. And then I need the filing cabinets. And I'll put that in this corner here. So once those get installed, I'll go ahead and hire our psychiatrist, drop her in there, and I will begin the classes, and I'll go a little bit more over how that's going to work, because these guys could use some psychiatric help. In that same vein, oh, this camera's not hooked up, I had to disconnect it. In that same vein, I'm going to start building out the chapel, I think, and the library and stuff like that into this this section of the building. So that way they still, you know, will come through this area in order to access those areas. So I'm going to grab another concrete foundation. Yes, yes, that looks great. And that needs to have an entrance. So go ahead and grab a door, plop one here, and plop one there. 2 ways in and out. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. I do need to start putting some metal detectors in and out of this prison a little bit more, but so far I only have them coming in and out of here. And again, this is Mensec, so I'm not all that interested in making it a massive to-do to get all this stuff going on. We do have prisoners coming in the next 2 hours, and that'll make things a little bit more interesting. So I think once we get the guys sort of settled in, I'm going to do the first shakedown on these next prisoners when they come in here. 9 families waiting to visit. Ooh, but I don't have a visitation room. Game keeps pushing me in that direction. This one is prisoner acclimatization and engagement. Having prisoners work in your prison is a good way of integrating them into the environment while costing cost. Complete the necessary training to build a facility to put your prisoners to work. I need to assign 3 to laundry, 3 to kitchen, and 3 to cleaning cupboard. I think I've got most of that. Okay, I need to put 3 in the laundry and then 3 in the kitchen. Do I not have 3 in the laundry? Okay, now we do. And now 3 are assigned to the kitchen as well, so that one is complete. They haven't undergone the classes yet, and once I get the psychiatrist in, I'll sort of go over how you do classes and things of that nature. Here's my psychiatrist. I'll go ahead and drop him in. So now that we have a psychiatrist who has access into this facility, I can schedule time for the inmates to go and visit him. And to do that, I'm going to go here to Programs, and it has the list of all of the programs that people are interested in. So you got workshop safety induction, kitchen and hygiene, led by a kitchen and a cook. So that's the one that I need in order for the inmates to start working there. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. But there's no regimen, no time in the regimen. So I will get to that eventually. Workshop safety. This is actually really good. So I'm happy that so many people are interested in this. Pharmacological treatment of drug addiction. I'm going to start that one as well because that one takes place inside of the infirmary. And then education. This is going to require me to build out a classroom, which I'll do shortly. Alcoholics, led by a psychologist in a common room. That one's good too, but it's not the one I'm looking for. Where is the behavioral therapy? Psychologist in office. 0 in queue, but we don't have that many inmates yet. So I'll go ahead and open that one up, and then I'll also do the spiritual guidance. And all of these things have issues because there's no time in the time slot for it. So they're bored because they want recreation and needs alcohol. Morpheus wed Nagano. Morpheus always went by his golden rule: the red or the blue pill. You choose. If someone comes busting at Morpheus, he always confronts them with this question: "You chose the wrong pill, Scuda." Morpheus smoked a lot of weed at this farm. For those of you who didn't know, a lot of these inmates have bios that were submitted by backers on Kickstarter who make this game happen. So these are written by those people. So it is sometimes interesting to see what people come up with. Alright, this building is actually complete, although unfortunately it looks like the fence is now our wall. I'm not really too much of a fan of that, so I'm actually just going to tear that fence down. And I'll build a wall in its place. But to make sure that there is actual time for our inmates to see to and actually do this work, I need to schedule time for it. So as you can see, they sleep from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and then they shower at 8. They have free time, and then lock up. So I'm actually going to make this 3-hour block the work period. So that's when they're going to work and do whatever it is they want to do as far as that stuff goes. And this is minimum security. So I think that getting a little free time, a little bit more free time in is going to be helpful for these guys. So I will continue to give them that opportunity. They'll only go to lockup before bed and just before they wake up, before showering in the morning. And I think that that's an appropriate way to handle it. Oh, our new inmates have arrived. Is this? Yeah, Adolf Hitler. A minor traffic violation quickly escalated to life imprisonment due to the prison claims. The prison claims a case of mistaken identity. That's not all you're in here for, Mr. Hitler. Herr Hitler. I'm keeping my eye on you. I should probably put that guy in protective custody right away. Alright, so the next things that I wanted to build out were first of all the wall. Which I'll do like that. I'll make sure that the proper utilities are strung along through here. Like so. And then I'm going to start sort of separating this into two areas. I want to have one area that is for library. So this one right here. Yes, this will be the library. And then I need the chapel to be over here. There we go. I think the chapel needs to be a little bit bigger than the library. What that says about my my religious beliefs, I'm not entirely sure. But I'll go ahead and drop that in there. I dropped that wall in between the two rooms to keep them separated. And these guys are... Looks like they all want to see their families. And we do have a staggering number of families wanting to visit. So I will go ahead and that'll be our next step, is getting their visitation area set up. And that's going to be something that's going to require a bit of more thought from me. But that's no big deal. But first I want to finish with this library. So I'm just going to grab the objects that we need, including a library shelf right here. I'll put a couple shelves for this library in here. Yeah, that actually works out really good. Yeah, we'll make the stacks pretty well spread apart there, and then we need a sorting desk. And that'll go up against the wall here. So that's my library, and that's good to go. And then next we need the altar, which will be at the front of the room here. Some pews. As if prison weren't uncomfortable enough. Oh, it's a little off-center, so that's going to drive me up a wall, but you know, live and learn. And then we'll put some prayer mats facing east. Yeah, I'll just fill them all in. And that should be everything that we need for these to work properly. Next, because we're expanding our prison somewhat, I'm going to drop in another CCTV monitor and drop 2 more cameras. Oh, that must be on top of something. Oh yeah, okay, the sorting desk and the... Yeah, I wish that it would show you what you were placing over the objects. So that's going to be the area here then. Guards will watch via the cameras, and I'm even dropping in the new CCTV monitor to make that happen. So, all right. So what I'm going to do for visitation, and this will be the last thing I do this episode, is I think I'd like to drop in sort of I'd like to make it so that they walk through the showers to get to visitation, and then the visitors will come in through this side. I don't know if it's going to work out, but we'll have to give it a shot, because I really don't want this to sort of aggravate my airlock plan. Because the whole point of having them come in through here is that none of these prisoners will, you know, go the wrong way. All right. So I'm going to grab some foundation. And I'm going to make a big old room like this. And then I'll just put a door in here. and then I'll drop a couple windows in, because well, maybe later. And then I'm going to make a jail door right here. So hopefully now guards will let them in and out through here specifically, but the inmates themselves won't walk up and down this corridor. If they do, I'll just make this whole area staff only, and so that way none of the prisoners can actually move through here. What you bringing in, man? What you bringing in? Setting off my metal detector. So once that gets built up, that'll be where our prisoners will go and see their family members, and that'll hopefully cut down on some of the issues that we're having with family members being unable to get there. So I'll also need to build out a parole room, which will probably be in the same sort of area. We want to see how this works out, because it looks like I have one prisoner getting released soon, which is actually really beneficial. Last thing, I'm going to go ahead and take in another 11 inmates tomorrow, just so that way I can start getting on round numbers, because having 59 or 49 in was starting to drive me crazy. And that'll hopefully take us into next time. Once I have everything up and running, we'll begin working on the normal security prisoners. So I think that's a good place to call it. Thank you everybody so much for watching. My name has been Allied Cam. If you enjoyed, please like, subscribe, or comment, and I will see you all next time. Hello there everybody, my name is Allied Cam.